Hey,
Gaga, what is up? Oh, that was a risk, you know. When you go to air, you're never quite sure. The phone rings, you're like, let's just do this thing. And there you are, like magic.
what's up, man? Surprise.
Surprise. I just feel like you've been driving around in your car right now with an amazing record, but a tank of gasoline that you haven't shown anybody. And in the last 4 days, you've taken that tank of gasoline out, set fire to your record and your project, and everything has exploded. That's how it feels to me.
Thank you. That's so cool. I'm like really happy, and I had such an amazing time performing at the Super Bowl. It was like I wish I could relive it over and over
It
again.
was one of the most exceptional performances I've ever seen on a stage that big in an environment I'm sure that pressured. And just right from the second you started singing, of course we're going to talk about this video which has just gone exclusive on Apple Music, directed by the amazing Jonas Ackland. But we have to talk about the Super Bowl for a second, because from the second you started singing that, you know, it just felt like, and performing, you just felt like you were in the pocket.
Thanks. I really had a real sense of like being in the zone for this performance, and I worked on it for a really long time. It took months to put it together, and then I trained really hard for it, and I really loved it. Every second of it, I just wanted to give the world and my fans what they deserve, which is a great show.
How did you feel when you were sitting on the pitch? Because I know that there were photos and footage of you sort of sitting on the pitch, having photos taken and stuff before it all kicked off. And I suppose for people, very few artists get a chance to experience that kind of excitement on that level. How does it feel hours before something like that happens?
It's really exciting, and I wanted to enjoy the moment, not just, be so, hell bent on everything that I didn't get to like have a second with my family. So when we first got there, I just asked my dad and some friends and my mom to go out to the field with me, and it wasn't planned or anything. And we just took a bunch of photos at the 50-yard line, and it was super fun.
Were they actually in the crowd when you said hi to them from the stage? You
Yes.
could see them. That's amazing.
Zane, I swear to you, I was singing Million Reasons, and I looked down and my mom and dad were right there. And
Wow.
I had no idea they were going to be there. I think that's why I said, hi, mom and dad, because I was so like, it was like one of those moments where you're shocked, and it was so surreal to be performing, at the Super Bowl and to see my parents in the crowd.
It's such a beautifully personal moment because it's such a beautifully personal album that has been so heavily influenced, as we've spoken about on the record before, by your family and by the challenges and life's swift turns that family life can bring. And so for you to be singing that song on a stage like that and see them there, it's sort of, that's full circle, right?
Yeah, it was special in a lot of ways. I think that I returned to my family and to my roots on this album in an effort to rediscover myself and why I fell in love with music. And I felt like I really had that on the stage that night. It was like I understood something about myself, and I feel like I finally really know who I am in an even deeper way. And it was super cool, man. I'll never forget it.
So one more thing about Super Bowl 51 before we talk about this video, because it's incredible. And I have to talk about the fact that you descended from the rafters of a stadium.
Yeah, it was super high and super scary at first, but I really made the decision on January 1st. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And once I made the decision, there was no going back. I made a deal with myself that I wasn't going to get nervous, and I just did it. The hardest part was after coming down, like regaining my sense of composure,
Yeah.
and like for my adrenaline wasn't too high for the rest of the performance, because if your adrenaline's too high, you can't,
Breathe.
breathe. Yeah. And already I'm holding my breath pretty much for 13 minutes trying to do all that. So like I need some air.
What does it look like when you're descending down on a harness? I mean, look, John Bon Jovi made that popular, but you took it to a whole other level. I mean, when you're coming down from a rafter that high and you're looking at the pitch, surrounded by 100,000 people at the world's biggest sporting event, what is going through your mind?
I was 70 feet in the air, and I was coming down, and I got to say, like, I just felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. Once the lights come on and I can hear the fans screaming, and the boom of the pyro going off, all the fire just burning all around me, I mean, that's just what makes me, you know me,
Yeah,
Zane. That's
yeah.
what makes me feel alive.
That's a day at the office for you, mate. Seriously.
Yeah. A good day at the
Did
office.
you know
You
you
know?
smashed it? Did you know you freaking smashed it when you walked off that stage? Because everyone was pretty much saying unanimously that you crushed it. Did you know when you got off the pitch, I nailed that?
You know, I think that I knew that I gave it everything I had in me. I knew that I'd prepared, and I knew that you know, on top of doing what I had rehearsed, I added that extra bit of heart to the performance. You know, like I say sometimes backstage that, marathon runners, they run 15 miles before, and or 18, and then they run 26
Mm,
for the real one.
mm.
And I say that I run like 35 or 50. You know, it's like I always like to take it one step further, to the point where, like, I can't go any harder. And I felt that, and I was really happy I caught the football.
Of all the things, if you'd fumbled that ball at the end, that's all anybody. I never thought about.
Seriously, no, Zane. The night before, I was going to sleep, and I looked up at the ceiling, and I was like, "What is wrong with you? Why on earth did you think it was a good idea to try?" Because it was my idea to try to catch a football and then, fall 15 feet into a pit of foam.
I'm sorry, I can't get past that image now of you finishing this triumphant 13-minute performance. You've just crushed it in 25-foot heels for 13 minutes, flown down 70 feet from the top of a stadium, danced around fire, completely brought your catalog to the world stage, and then you fumble a football. Would have just been
I couldn't. I mean, it was not a possibility. And you know how culture is, like, they'll nitpick the smallest thing.
That would have been it. That would have been
and
it.
like that's all that anyone would have talked about.
Daily Mail, the headline would have been Gaga fumbles Super Bowl performance.
Yeah,
You see it.
Biggest fumble. It would have been like biggest fumble of the night or something. I would have been devastated. But I fought for it, man. I fought for it because I thought to myself, if I can do all of that and then catch the football, that's a real touchdown.
You batted 100, man. You absolutely batted 100, and you crushed it. And since then, everything has just been moving at such a rapid pace. You've experienced this before. You've caught lightning in a bottle before with your records, and it goes really fast. Your latest album, Joanne, came out, and it's a deep and emotional listen. And, your audience and people are discovering it every single day. But once again, you're in that slipstream. You know what I mean?
It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm just super grateful to still be making music and have the opportunity to connect with people on a world level like that. And I went to Starbucks yesterday, and like I got not attacked, but like swarmed by a whole bunch of people that were cheering, and it was super sweet.
That's great.
Just to see like so many people from all different walks of life, much older people, younger people, people in between, all races, ethnicities, sexual orientations. It's cool. That's what I'm all about, is bringing people together through music.
The tour has been announced now, the world tour. It's official. You're going to be taking this album and your music out on the road. You've got this huge boost now from the Super Bowl, which is great. So you've got the wind at your back, which is exciting. I'd imagine rehearsals are well and truly underway. If not, you feel comfortable and confident with what you're about to deliver on to the world.
Well, actually, I'm first going to film a movie, and then I'm going to go on tour.
Oh my God, you got Star is Born.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how are you going to do that? That's crazy.
Well, right now I'm finishing the score for A Star is Born with Bradley and some other fantastic producers and collaborators.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll shoot the movie, and then after that I will go on tour. And it's super great though, because after doing the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl is not all that different from what we like to do on tour, and people love our shows for that reason. It's a real, athletic show always, and we give it our all. So, we're kind of ahead of the game, if that makes sense, because we're already really ready.
Are you loving the movie? Are you feeling comfortable in the role? Do you feel like you've made it your own, and you feel like you're on the right path now to completing that film?
Oh yeah. I mean, the best part about making this movie is working with Bradley. I mean, he's such a genius and an incredibly hardworking, focused, ninja-like human being,
Mm.
and we've really become such great friends. And it's just really tremendous to be able to work with him all the time on the project. He's just very inspiring.
We have a video to talk about. I'm trying to get there, but you've given us too much information, and it's just like there's too many stops on the road. We're on a bus. I'm trying to get you home, Gaga, but there's too many stops on this bus. Now
Sorry.
I've got one more stop on the bus, which is this weekend. You're going to perform with one of my favorite and the favorites of millions of people around the world. Really founding fathers of modern heavy metal, Metallica. And I mean that's going to be a powerful combination. The five of you on that stage. Where were you when that was suggested to you? How did you feel? I mean, just paint that picture before we get to see it this weekend.
I actually was at Bradley's house with Lars, and we were just like hanging out.
Hey, what's up? Gaga, I was wondering, would you like to like maybe jam with Metallica, this weekend, Sorry, I have to do
It
it.
literally is him, though.
I have to do it.
He's amazing.
He's the
I gotta
best.
tell you something. I went to see them live. I mean, I've seen them a couple times live, but I saw them live recently. And
What are
we
you
were
eating?
watching
What are you eating?
Mango,
Oh, nice.
and we were watching the show. And I'll tell you something. Those guys play better than they've ever played in their whole life. Oh my God. My assistant just walked by and took the mango away from me.
Give him. Oh my God. Hey. I want a hashtag right now. I know there are little monsters all over the world, and I'm not the kind of person that canvasses for hashtags. I'm not a politician, but I'm going to push for a hashtag right now, right? I want free the mango. Hashtag free the mango. And I want
free my mango.
free my mango. Free my mangoes. I can't say that. You can say that. I can't say that. It's going to be exciting. Right. Let's talk about this video. John Wayne is one of the most sort of exciting songs on the record, and you spoke to us, when we spoke at the end of last year about this album, and you said that it explores that desire for danger and why are you consistently attracted to dangerous men, and you went as far back as talking about your father and why he's a dangerous man, and it was a great quote. So when it comes to putting visuals and a video together for that, and let's lead into working with the incredible Jonas Ackland, because music video directors deserve respect. And directors in general. So tell us a little bit about this kind of treatment, because it's up on Apple Music now for a week. People can watch it. So let's get some words before they do.
Well, I have known Jonas for a really long time, Jonas Ackerlund, and we have been wanting to work together again. And for this song, I thought, he and I would just be perfect to do this together. So he directed the music video, but the way that we usually start when we work is he likes to download from me all my visions about the song. So I'll tell him, I envision me on the back of a horse with a guy and I'm about to fall off. And no matter how fast he goes and how much it hurts, like I keep hanging on and I look like I'm enjoying it. And a scene with me and a guy in a car and we're getting, too reckless, and we show how reckless love can be. So I took him through a whole bunch of different scenarios like that. And then he helps, to weave it together into a story and a music video. And that's what I like about him too, is he has a very cinematic approach, but also he doesn't forget to make it a real music video.
It's an amazing video. It's really incredible. I mean,
thank you.
As well as A Star Is Born, which is forthcoming, you're sort of auditioning for Mission Impossible 12 as well in this. I mean, there's some serious moves going on.
I did my own stunts in John Wayne, so that not all of them.
I was going to say, I have to pause you there because, like, if I've heard from it, like, this is the classic acting cliche. I did all my own stunts. Well, nearly all my own stunts, mainly the non-dangerous ones, but still.
I won't tell you which ones I didn't do, but I will tell you that that's me the whole time, like on the car when I'm on top of the car going like really fast.
Were you bricking it? I mean, come on, I know you like danger.
I was in high heels going from the trunk to the top of the car and then flying into the front seat. And my mother and she was literally screaming at me. She's like, "You have to do the Super Bowl!"
Yes, you do. You're Lady Gaga. That's what the song is about. So this is the video right now, and it really is an incredible thing to watch. You must go check it out. I mean, there's so many people who are tapped into Beats1 right now, so it's right there on Apple Music.
Yeah,
You know, one more tap, go check it. Yeah.
it's exclusive on Apple Music, and it's so awesome to see like the internet is just exploding, and everybody's on line talking about it.
We're
And
getting a little Free the Mango love going on as well. Our hashtag's kind of moving a little bit, just FYI.
oh gosh, is it Free the Mango or Free My Mango?
I decided to go with Free the Mango because we're a family show.
Oh, got it. This is a family show?
Absolutely not. This is not a family show. So I'm gonna ask you one more question, then we're gonna let you go. We're gonna play John Wayne. You know, you've worked so hard for this moment again because you know you believed in a record. You gave us something that was deeper, you know, and more personal, and you know you came back with something that was very honest. And now that you know you're in a situation where so much is going on around you. You know, how are you holding it together? Because this isn't one of those moments in life where, you know, if you open the door, you open the blind. It's going to come at you, Gaga, full scale right this very second. And you've been through this, like I said before. How is it different, and how do you feel about it now?
I've just been through a lot more now, and I'm used to my life changing, and you know things are different in different countries, and um, it just it's okay. You know, I feel ready for it. My mind is really right. I feel really excited about where my career is going in the future and all the different projects that I'm working on, some that you don't know about.
Mm.
And I think I'm just going to stay focused on that, you know? All the other stuff is just noise.
Well, you know, you said a powerful message when you're at the Super Bowl without, you know, necessarily going into a deep place on it, you know, and it's clear that, you know, you want music to be something that is a universal message right now. And I think it's probably more needed than ever. And, you know, I spoke to the amazing Thundercat about this, and I was saying, do you think music is going to reflect our times? And he said, absolutely. And I wonder, you know, do you agree? Do you think we're entering into a time where art is going to step up even more than it has before?
Absolutely. I mean, it always happens. I think history shows us that in times of, you know, people feeling like they are in need of some sort of rebellion or protest, that the artists rise because you know the poetry that we create about pain and its relationship to culture and the world is something that begins to soothe and heal people that are feeling confused or afraid. So I think you know art is going to make a bigger comeback than ever, and you know that's the upside to things getting challenging.
Lady Gaga, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Congratulations for everything that is
Thank
occurring.
you.
The video is
Thank
on
you,
Apple
Zane.
Music. Good luck finishing the movie. Good luck with Metallica. Good luck with the world
Okay.
tour. Good luck with the world domination. Bye, 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 bye.
I love to you, man.
Bye, man. Take care. We love you, Gaga. See ya.